Okay. So we take a look at Unit 7. Extra credit, this is all about circles. And this first one, it says, using the circle shown below, find the length of arc ML. Length is totally different than measure. Measure is the degree. So if we look, the measure of arc ML, if this angle is a central angle, the angle and the arc are the same. So the measure is 50 degrees. The length is the distance. So the length is if we took this arc, it's all connected. Let's see. So the length is if we took this piece and measured it, straightened it out and measured it. That would be the length. That's what we're trying to find. How long is this arc? Okay? So to do that, you have to think of this kind of like a pizza or a pie. Okay? The length of a circle, the length around the entire circle, is what we call the circumference. Okay, so we first have to find the circumference of the circle. And the formula for circumference is on your green sheet is 2 pi r. Okay? So when we find the circumference, we need the radius, which is 5. So we say 2 pi times 5. And leave your answer in terms of pi to the very end, unless it tells you wrong. So we do that, 2 times 5 is 10 pi. So that's the circumference. That's the distance all the way around. But, like we said earlier, we just want to know this little piece of that circle. Okay. We just want to know what fraction of that circle is that piece. Okay? And as we know what fraction of the circle that arc is, we can use that circumference to find it. Well, to figure out what fraction of a circle that arc is, you use the measure. Because the degree of the entire circle is 360. Well, the measure of just that arc is 50 degrees. So you're going to do 50 over 360. You can simplify the fraction or not simplify the fraction. We're going to do 50 over 360 times the circumference. And we're going to leave our answer in terms of pi. Canvas about to tell you to round, so I'm going to round it for you at the end. But when we leave it in terms of pi, it does both. All you're going to do is, I'm going to click out of all of these. We're just going to do 50 divided by 360. Make sure you arrow out of that fraction times 10. So that's what it is as a decimal. And then times pi. Sorry. We don't round to the very, very end. Because I think OST, they're not very picky. They generally will ask you to round. So plug it in all at once. Just don't round the circumference, because then that's throwing everything off. So leave it in terms of pi till the end. We're at the end, so we can round. Let's round to the nearest hundredth, just for practice. So if we rounded to the nearest hundredth, it'd be 4.36. So there is our 36 feet. That is how long that arc would be if that circle was drawn. If we take a look at the next one, it's a very similar concept. And then the next one, we're talking about area. We want to find the area of this shaded region. And we know angle E is 25 degrees. Okay, and EF is 7 inches. And we want to know the area of that shaded region. Well, it's the same kind of concept. This area is just a fraction of the area of the entire circle. So we first need to find the area of the circle, which is pi r squared times the height. So they said or not pi r squared times the height. What am I doing? Sorry, I'm thinking volume. 2 pi r squared. No, just pi r squared. My goodness, I'm sorry. Pi r squared. Not feeling good today, so a little off my game. So it's pi r squared is the area of a circle. Now it's on your green sheet, so look on your green sheet, go to area, and that is what it is for circle. Okay, so one with the A. So we plug in our radius. And again, leave it in terms of pi to the very end. So 7 squared is 49 pi. So that's the area of that circle, the entire circle. We just want to know the area of just this part of the circle. So we have to figure out what fraction of the circle is that sector, that shaded region. So same thing what we did in the last one, we're going to take the measure of the angle or the arc, they're the same thing, which is 25, and put it over 360. And we're going to multiply that by the area. So we're going to plug it into our calculator. Now we can round. So now we're going to do 25 over 360 times 49 pi. And when we round in nearest hundredths, it'd be 10.69. So the area of that shaded region is 10.69 cubic inches, or inches, square inches. This is not volume. Square inches. Okay, go ahead and you can start the extra credit quiz on campus.